Hi guys, it's Tom from TrainSim TV. Hope everyone's well, and thank you very much for joining us once again. Today we're going to be having a look at the Just Trains S8 that has just been released on Train Simulator 2019. This video is not, only a showcase. It's not a review of the product due to myself and Mark having involvement in the project, and due to working with Just Trains. As we always say in any Just Trains product videos, we do not review these. We just merely show them and show you what's what. So, this is one of the included scenarios, which is lazy Sunday afternoon. Good afternoon, driver. Please prepare the unit and depart. This should be a nice simple run to Amersham. So, to get started, you need to pop your key and set on. Trip cock into a manual forward. We're going to do our TCMS, so we'll just put my old generic numbers in here, as you'll see in streams that I've done in the past, and then I'll put my train number in, which is in the briefing, which is 413. Press confirm, and then find your destination. We're going to Amersham on the slow, so we're going to press 6. You can scroll down these, by the way. There's plenty of different destinations in there. And if we look on the front, our train number and destination is now displayed. To get yourself going, press Shift and E to lock your dead man's in, or you can hold E if you wish to do so. And then off we go. You'll see the markers at the end on the end of the platform, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 8, which is just up here. Once we get to 8, the cab screens will extinguish. The TCMS will go out after 3 miles per hour, and then come back on when you're travelling between 3 and 0 miles per hour. There's a 30-mile-an-hour limit at this section. Link will be provided for the S8 if you wish to go and purchase this product at the price of £21.99. Like I say, you get 10 scenarios, you get 4 different quick drive scenarios with specific AI, which will be S8 and Chiltern stock, and then you get 4 free roams as well. Many features have been included with this S8 as well, lots of advanced features. I'll show a few of these on the way. The OPO currently is stating that we're in the Harrow on the Hill signalling control box. This will change at various points along the route when we get to different sections. So on this route it will cover Neasden, Harrow on the Hill, Wembley Park as well, sorry, Rickmansworth and Amersham. There's markers in below the route which tell the train that you're in the next section. And when it gets past these markers, it will automatically it'll come up saying searching for the next section. A little animation on the screen. So our first stop is North Harrow. The trick is not to, what's the way to put it, not absolutely charge into the platforms, as this isn't actually the correct way of London Underground driving. Always drive with caution in case of an incident may occur. Train sim limitations mean that when coming to the platform, if you want to stop with the chevrons to get the screens to light up, you're best off going to the right hand side to line up with the chevron at the end, as you can see. So I'm just going to ease this in. And you want to be aiming in the green, sort of there, maybe a little bit, but it's come up. Usually aim to get your centre pillar, the left side pillar, sorry, to line up with the end of the green bit. To activate your doors, press T, then U, or you can press T and press the red buttons on the console. To do the right hand doors, it's T and O, or T and the buttons again. When the task ends, you can then press the blue button below or press R on your keyboard. This will close the doors. I'll do the press this time round. There's a slight delay between the doors closing and the interlock, and when you get the blue interlock you can then set off. Again, watching the markers on the left of the train here, so we're just passing 2. These show how many cars are leaving the platform, so when you get to 8 the whole train has left the platform. And there you go. You can do the blinds, all the blinds work, you can drag them down. Like so. So again, best way to line this up to get your screen to come on. In time you will learn to master stopping this more efficiently than doing it this way, but as you say, it all comes on there. So press T, and this time I'm going to do U to get the doors to come on. There's a slight delay on the TCMS when you open the doors, and then it will change to the platform that you are at. Also with the TCMS you can see the left hand doors are all lit up at the moment, because this is the side that is active. On the TCMS you have the clock which works. It also states the train number you have put in. The date is static. It will say the destination that you put in at the top here, and then the Metropolitan line stays as a static part. The frost icon also works. Can't show it. Oh, I can't show it on a car. It does it. So de-ice mode. Press that. That'll then activate to come on. Then the top half that illuminates. Press the bottom for the sleep brush, and that also will then light up, meaning that we have our de-ice mode on and the sleep brushes are down. You can see that also by looking for the de-icer car with the blue ODIL light there. That will go out when you activate a door and the doors are open. It'll change to orange, and then it'll come back on again blue when the door interlock appears. So to turn the sleep brush off, just press the button again. Half the light will go off, and then press the other half of de-ice, and then the whole light extinguishes. To get back to your main black background screen, press main menu. There's 2 different horn whistles in sitting on here. So spacebar, you can do different loops. You can press it and let go, or keep your hand on the spacebar. And the same again with the B key. You can also do this by actually pressing the actual toggle. You also have a whistle on the second man's side as well. As you can see there, we are actually in the Rickmansworth signalling control box. I'll try and catch the search section. It changes around Chalfont and Latimer next. I'll catch that and show you. That's how we demonstrate how not to actually stop. You can also do your cab door opening, so you can press the button up here, as so, and you can see the door is opened. Cab doors will also close with the button, and you can do that as a keybind also with CTRL-U and Shift-U to close, and for the right hand side it is CTRL-O and Shift-O to close. This time we're going to do it properly again. We shall try and demonstrate stopping without having to move to the right hand side as well. So the chevron is just at the end of this platform here. Again, these old screens. Now, we didn't just quite do it there, so let's see how far we was off. Only just a slight margin out there. You know when you'll have these screens on because one, the screens come on, and on your screen here, the little door icon will appear also. The little yellow icon means we're in the Wheatfield section. The whole actual route between Finchley Road and Amersham is Wheatfield, so that will always be on. You can do your cab lights, so you can do the left hand side, the right hand side, and both. It all works off one light, but there's 3 different strip lights inside, so left hand side obviously nearest to us, etc. You have windscreen wipers, you've got the slow mode, and fast. And next up is Moorpark. If anyone heard that, that is our Alexa. actually just picking up an earwigging. So yeah, it picked up that I said park. Very random. It just gave me a list of parks in Blackpool. Anyway, back to the game. We are now approaching more. I will whisper that so Alexa can't hear. The upside is on the right hand doors. You don't have to move because you can actually see with the chevron on this side. There we go, like so. And this side it's T and O to do the right hand doors. You've also got your passenger view as well. As you can see, the doors currently open. They jump back in the cab. We've got a control approach signal coming up. These control approach signals are something new that have come with the update for the route. They work in a way that you have to be at a certain speed for the signals to change. So the way you work that out is looking on your HUD, you can see 25 mph, so you need to be below 25 for the signal to actually change. So you see that we've got a yellow and a green coming up. That will be followed by a yellow fog warning, and then we'll have the red. Now the red should change if we are at the right speed when we pass the fog light. So you want to start slowing yourself down, ready, as you need to be below 25 by the fog indicator. Providing there's no AI coming, the signal will change. Hopefully this will change. Like so. There you go. You can speed back up to 25 and then we'll cross over towards Rickmansworth. One of my favourite little features is the spark on the third rail shoe, which I think is the first unit or train with a third rail shoe that actually has a spark. I've seen pantograph stuff in the past where they have the arc and spark and that feature on there, but it's the first time I've seen something on the third rail shoe, so it's nice to actually see that being implemented. One of my favourite stations on the route as well. No, I just missed it. And then we go. Rickmansworth has just appeared. You'll note as well we've got an air gauge that actually works with the compressor, so if I just... There we go. And you can hear the compressor now building back up the pressure. And it'll stop when it's filled up again. Next stop is Cholo. Once we pass Cholo, we'll keep our eye out on the OPO alarm for when it changes its section. Also, whilst we're travelling up, we've got the task light on the right hand side, which is the little LED lamp above. Again, the whistle is here. You can do your cab door with these buttons also, and there is an emergency brake plunger on there. I'm not going to press the emergency brake because otherwise it'll put us on a speed restriction of 10 miles per hour, and the scat icon will come on for 3 minutes. It always feels like it's on for eternity when you get that icon. There's other features on here also. You've got the cordon on light. The way you do that is put into intermittent, put your train into secure, and then you would drag the cordon on light icon over button, then put it back again, and it'll all go back. You need to go back into your normal mode and take the key back into 1. When you put that on, you'll get a little orange half light to warn other drivers that you're stranded and broken down. It's also got hazard warning lights. You got your trip clock reset as well on there. ATO doesn't work. That's not actually featured on this pack. And there's no selective door operation if anyone that asks the question. Another little cool feature is you can actually turn the HVAC off, the air conditioning in the cab, and you can actually hear the aircon sound go off, and then you can turn back on, they'll actually fire back up again, so that's a nice little feature. And this is how not to stop at a station. See, without going onto this side, it's hard to judge. I prefer to go on the right hand side. I get a bit more confident if I do it after a while. Also looking on here, these you can actually press and turn the the buttons around, but they have no function in the actual game. They're just there as a to click. Windscreen wiper wash doesn't actually do anything either. You have an acknowledge alarm buttons whenever you get an alarm for such as like going through a red signal or any active events. You have to press the acknowledge alarm. Same again if the sensitive edge activates. There is a scenario with a sensitive edge, and you'll get that warning, and then when that comes up you need to press the yellow button. I will do some YouTube videos on how to place markers in the near future. I've got a backlog of tutorials I need to do, so it's on my list. Next up is Chalfont and Latimer. And then we'll be on to Amersham. If you have a de-icer train, you will note that any cars between 1 and 56 will enable you to use the de-icer function. So that we've got on, which is the actual one that gives you the blue ODIL. You can put the sleep bushes on any of the trains, and they're all fitted on them. It's just 1 to 56 which are de-icer trains. There is a scenario as well, which is the snow scenario, which includes a de-icer car, so you can actually use that feature throughout. So just going to keep your eye on the actual radio on the right hand side here for it changing in a moment. I'll keep it zoomed in. Somewhere around this bend it'll change. There we go. It's changing now. So it'll go searching for Metropolitan, and it'll come up with Amersham signal. It does it on the same side, at the same place, opposite direction from Amersham to the Rickmansworth control box. Here we got it in the right place as well. It always pays off to be a bit more cautious than charging in, because then it makes you look a bit silly when you're recording videos, doesn't it? I should know. Our next and final stop is Amersham. So already we are getting our double yellow to notify us that we are going to have a red controlled approach signal, which takes us into the station. So it's platform 2 we're going into. This is a 20-mile-an-hour junction, so a bit different from the Moorpark Watford area one, where that was 25. This time we're in 20. We need to be below 20 miles an hour. So 19.9, and you'll be fine. The idea is if you go over the speed sensor, so where around the fog marker is, faster than the junction, the signal won't change, and you will cause issues. You'll have to tab, and it won't be as authentic as it should be. It's just with the scripting on the signal. So if you approach it correctly, then it'll work right for you. You'll get to learn where the markers are and where they sort of change. So we're coming up to the fog indicator now, which is the yellow light. So again, we need to be just below 20 mile an hour, so we're going to get ourselves slowing down nicely. And we are now below 20, so we're 18 miles an hour there. So we keep rolling up, scrolling so you can see. And there we go. So we have a yellow and the feather. And it's a 20 mile an hour junction, so we're just going to keep it running at 20. A great deal of testing went into them signals to get them right and ensure that they were all functioning correctly. It took a while to get them there, but they work nicely now, which we're all, I think, quite impressed about. Trying to pick a bit more power up, drop down a bit then. We hope you've enjoyed this video and the actual essay itself. Again, the link will be below if you decide to go and purchase this product. It's not just trains. You can catch myself on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/trainsimtv_Tom, and you can also catch Mark at twitch.tv/trainsimtv_Mark. Thank you very much, guys.